Hello, my name is Chiara Giorgi, and I'm the Global Brand and Event Director for Seatrade Cruise. And I'm joined here today by Claudine Pohl, President of Lemonade, and our Digital Master of Ceremonies for Seatrade Cruise Global 2021. Welcome, Claudine.
Whoop, whoop. I'm pumped. Thank you so much, Chiara. What an honor to be here with you.
Oh, I love any time that we get together and chat. I know that there's always going to be some wonderful stories and great ideas that come out of our conversations. So
much fun.
Okay, so Claudine, I know a lot of our audience have met you or seen you, but I don't even know your whole story. So why don't we start at the beginning? Claudine, where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in El Salvador, Central America, in a small little country close to Guatemala in Central America, close to Belize. I grew up there at the age of 9, immigrated to Canada, and I've been in Canada ever since. It's a long story, but it's kind of, everything that happens to you in life shapes you and makes you who you are. I'll share a little bit more. My father, he was a politician, and during the Civil War, he was assassinated. He was shot 13 times. So it was something that, as a child, you had no idea. My childhood was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was so much fun. But there was that happened. And that really put a kind of like a ownership on me, on a kind of like a thing that said to me, you know what, you have to stand out. You have to do things big, basically, just like your father did. Kids get vaccinated in El Salvador as soon as they're born because of him. That's kind of epic. Yeah, that's really epic. Cool. Yeah, very cool. So that's why we're here in Canada. I'm home right now, and it's part of my life. Yeah, share that with you.
I did not know that. I mean, I knew that you grew up in El Salvador when you were younger, but I did not know that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So when did your love for travel and tourism and eventually cruise, where did that all stem from?
So I always loved to travel. So age 9, first trip, El Salvador, went to Disney World, and we had to do that, and then traveled to Canada. And then I started getting this little bug for it. I always traveled back to El Salvador. But then when I was 16, I got to go to Italy, Austria, Croatia, Bosnia. And then I was like, okay, there's something here. The crazy thing, I studied international business. But this was the thing. So my mom remarried here in Canada. Awesome guy, great stepfather and everything. But I had a choice to study international business or international tourism. And I went with the international business because I thought, I don't know if there's not much money in tourism. Ha! I was wrong. Bam! Tourism is what it had my heart from the beginning. I knew it. I loved it. I love the people, but I learned a lot with the business side of things too. And then for cruise, I saw the cruise ships coming in here into our port called Port St. John. And what happened was one of the tour operators knew that I spoke Spanish, and they needed someone who spoke Spanish as a tour guide. And I was working full time, training and development for IBM at the time. And they're like, Claudine, we need somebody who speaks Spanish. Would you do a tour? And I thought, I love people. Let's do it. Right? Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. And man, that was my love. Being in front of a group of people, being able to showcase your destination and get them to see what you see and why your destination is so beautiful, right? And from there is when I'm like, okay, this is something that I enjoy. And then I ended up working with that company full time, and with their development, training, and as well as their business development manager. And then from there, got into Lemonade. So I love this industry. It just we're family.
No, I mean, I've seen you over the last 5-6 years, I guess. sort of the enthusiasm and the energy that you expel whenever you talk to anyone. I can't I can't even imagine you doing anything but this, and it makes so much sense that you got in it by giving a tour.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. And it's so amazing if you give time to someone, doesn't matter who, you give that little bit of time to someone, you never know where that connection can lead. And I think most importantly, I don't look at meeting someone as where will this go? Can I get something out of this? Just genuinely like, who is this person? What's their background? Where do they live? Right? And if you have that genuine approach, things are different. I'm so excited to see where I am now. And it's because of those little seeds that were planted, those little relationships, those friendships that were formed years ago. It's kind of cool, right? Look at you. You're my friend.
Just haven't seen each other in person in almost 2 years.
Listen, what? September. We're counting down the days.
I know.
If you haven't signed up for Seatrade yet, please do so.
We will get more to that in a minute, because I definitely want us to talk through, what you'll be doing. But I guess, the big question is, I'm sure that you've seen both travel and tourism and the cruise industry evolve since you started working in it. But I'm almost curious for you in the last sort of 18 months, as everything has been on standstill. And because I know that you've been on the road recently, what were you missing the most, and then what were you excited in the last, I guess, month when you were traveling? And what did you see that has changed since everything?
Great question. So some of the things that I knew that I knew that the online presence was going to be huge for me. That if I wanted, I started Lemonade during the pandemic, and I knew that online is where everything was happening, and the online presence was huge. So I just went for it, full on online, LinkedIn, took it up a new level. From there, I started getting work and traveled to booked work and did some stuff online, but then got to travel. So my first trip was to St. Martin. That's where Celebrity Millennial started, was the first cruise out of North America, which I was there. It was really epic. And, the amount of care that I saw that the port took to make sure that everything was in place, everything was lined up to receive those first cruisers was remarkable. It was different than what, just normal preparation. They went above and beyond and really worked closely with the cruise lines. On top of that, there was the training that we did. So just working a little bit on the leadership side of things and getting them prepared to really be able to lead. And that's one of the things that we worked on. And from there, going to different countries, and some of the things that I missed is just really that one-on-one relationship. You can do training over the screen. You can't connect as well. You can't ask those questions. You can't notice small things. I was in the BVI, and I was doing training there on Virgin Gorda. And I noticed this one lady wasn't really interacting. And I said to her, I know this is not boring. Like, I know this is high energy. I said, like, is there something going on? And she said, my son unexpectedly passed away just last week, and I'm still struggling with that. And I'm like, whoa, whoa. And these are things that you can't notice over a screen. Over a screen, we can mask a lot of things, right? But when she said that, it just took me back. I'm just like, wow, you don't know. I say this a lot. You never know what's going on in someone else's life, right? But that connection, getting to know someone in a deeper level. I'm still in contact with this girl now. She wrote to me yesterday. She's like, how's your family? It's those making those connections with people that will last a lifetime is what I had missed. New connections. I loved it. And I got to go on the biggest cruise ship in the world, got invited by Royal Caribbean. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. And it was amazing. It was their tester cruise, but the process was so smooth, right? It was just 3 checkpoints, show your information, go through, very smooth, very easy. I was not, I was thinking it was going to be a lot longer. It was easy. It was great. And I got to, this is cool. I haven't shared this except with a few friends. So Michael Bailey was on the cruise. Right? It was his birthday. So yeah, it was his birthday. It was his birthday. So he was there. And I'm like swimming, just living my best. Yeah, this is me swimming right here, right? So I'm living my best life in the swim up pool, right? Who swims up? Mr. Michael Bailey. I'm like, happy birthday. I'm like, knock down the energy a little bit. I'm like, happy birthday, you know? But it was so wonderful, like to have a conversation with him and being his birthday. And I'm like, is this really happening? Like, are you swimming in a pool with Michael Bailey? Like, epic.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely pretty cool. And I'm a little bit jealous. I haven't been on board a ship yet.
You're going to be.
So I know it'll be soon enough.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited to be on board again, honestly.
Yeah. And on board, like we had the masks on, and it was, you know, it made me feel so safe, because after you moved along or you did something, somebody was right there cleaning, and it just felt so clean. But the cruise, I always felt like they were always clean anyway, but it just kind of like puts that extra layer on top of things.
Well, it's taking service to another level, right? I think the cruise industry has always prided itself on its crew, and a lot of times what makes a cruise for a passenger is the crew and the way they treat it. So I can only imagine that they would just take that level of service up. And in this moment in time, I'm excited. I'm excited to get on board and see for myself. So moving forward to Seatrade Cruise Global, that's happening at the end of September 27th to 30th. For those who are listening in and who do not know, as we know that we are still in the midst of a pandemic, and there are still travel restrictions in place in parts of the world, we have prepared in order to give people the opportunity to either join us in person in Miami, which we are excited to see everybody in Miami who can make it, or join us virtually. And so when we started to think about what that would look like from a virtual perspective, we realized that having an MC, a master of ceremonies, would be extremely beneficial, just to sort of help people who are joining from home virtually to feel more connected with what's happening in Miami. And we are very lucky that Claudine has accepted and is excited to be that digital master of ceremonies. So Claudine, do you want to tell the audience anything more about what you're planning?
Yes. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun, high energy. The goal is really to connect the people who are present to the people online. We want to make sure that if you're watching online and you're taking part, you're not just watching. We want to make sure that you're part of this experience and that we bring you in. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So come join. And I can't wait. If you're in person, I'm going to have you talking. It's going to be so much fun. I don't want to share everything, but I want to make sure that we can like connect both worlds. That's the goal. And it's going to happen. And I can't wait, to be able to interact with the people in person and also with the people online.
No, I'm very excited. And you just said it again. I feel like your key word is connections. And so I'm really excited to see what you do, especially you've learned so much on how to communicate and connect with people digitally over the last 18 months. So it's exciting to see you bring those two worlds together.
Yes, I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to Seatrade. You guys are really a solid team. You guys work so well together, and it's always a joy being able to do something with you guys. And I appreciate the opportunity because it's something new, right? Something new.
Absolutely. It's a new world, and we're just excited to look ahead, right? We know we're not fully through the pandemic, but I think we're at that place where we can now look towards the future and plan, which is what we all want.
Yes. So something really epic here, our province in New Brunswick, Canada, we just went green, which means our whole province, you don't have to wear masks. We're, out of any kind of risk, but you know what? People still wear their masks, which is really, it kind of shows you that little bit of, even though we don't have to, that little bit of respect that people still want to, right? So
Absolutely.
something new and something really special that I came home to. I'm like, oh, we're in the green. How nice is this?
It's such a nice place to be when you know that you're past the hump, hopefully. And it's the same thing here in the UK. And it is nice to see that people are still wearing masks too.
Yes.
Not necessarily outdoors, because that was never actually a requirement in the UK. But indoors, people are still respecting.
Right. Nice.
So to that, thank you so much, Claudine, for joining us today, and so excited to see you soon and to see what you bring to Seatrade Cruise Global.
I can't wait. Thanks for everything. This has been epic. I hope to see you all at Seatrade, either virtually or in person. Take care. Thanks, Chiara.
Thanks. Bye, Claudine.
Ciao.
Bye.